There's that music again. Welcome back to Shiloh Creek, little ones, and if this is your very first visit, come close to the water. Today, my friends, I want to ask you something. What do you do when a thing is big and new and your insides go all trembly? Because here is a true thing. Even when you are very small and the thing is very big, God is right there with you. So once, at the end of a golden day, 3 of the smallest friends at the creek had to do a brave little thing. It was the soft end of a golden day, and down at the cozy mud edge of the pond sat 3 little frogs, Splish, Splash and Splosh, the Mudpuppies, 3 voices and 1 shared idea at a time. And bounding up, dripping and bright, came Rex the river otter, brand new to the creek, looking like he'd lost something. He said,
Frogs. Okay, small problem, big heartache. I left my smooth river stone up at the big old barn. The flat grey one I keep in my cheek pocket. And it's getting dark, and my feet are too big and clumsy to sneak in and grab it. I really love that stone.
Say no more, Rex. We are the Mudpuppies. We are small, we are quick, we are fearless. And we will march up to that barn and fetch your little rock like it is nothing. Right, boys?
Right, totally right. Wait, the barn? The big, tall, dark one all the way up there? That barn? Yes. Right. Fearless. Me. Hooray!
And also, we know everything about that barn. It is made of wood. It is very tall, and at night it is full of, important barn business. We are barn experts. We have never been inside, which is how we know so much.
You've never left this puddle, Splash.
Which is the best way to be an expert, Shelly. No facts to get in the way. Splish, write that down.
We don't have a pencil, or hands that hold pencils. We're frogs, Splosh.
and down ambled Shelley the tortoise. Wise young Shelley, slow of step, sharp of thought. And tumbling up behind her came Bongo the bear cub, cheerful crash and all. Bongo said,
"The barn at dark? Ooh. I'll be honest, that one gives even me the little shivers. But you three sound so brave. Are you really not even a teeny bit scared?"
Scared? Us? Bongo, please. We do not even know that word. Scared is for animals with normal-size courage. Our courage is enormous. It barely fits in the pond.
And also, our courage is so big, it has its own weather. It is sunny in there, all the time, in our enormous courage.
I mean, it is pretty dark up there, and pretty far, and I've never been past the big rock before. But yeah, enormous courage. That's us.
You guys would do that? For my little rock? Okay, that's officially my new favorite thing. You want me to come?
Come, Rex. We would never need help. Helping is for the unbrave. We go alone. We go proud. And we go right. Okay, technically right now. Boys, to the barn!
And also, I wish Fern were here. She got brave once. Real quiet brave, remember? Maybe brave is catching, like the hiccups. Maybe we caught it from her. Hop, hop, courage, troop.
They're going to find out the barn is just a barn. Eventually.
And so the three little frogs hopped out across the wide meadow, into the long blue shadows, with the big old barn standing dark and tall at the far end. It was farther than they'd ever gone, and quieter, and the world got very large around them.
See? Easy. We are basically there. It's only a teeny bit far. Splash, how far is it?
And also, it is exactly 100 hops, plus 1,000 more hops. Plus we get smaller and the barn gets bigger the closer we go, which is rude of it. Famous barn manners.
The barn isn't getting bigger, Splash. We're getting closer. That's just how close-up works. I wish it didn't, though. I really do.
And also, the dark is not even dark. It is just the day having a little rest. Everybody knows that. The shadows are just the grass lying down. Famous grass fact.
Splash, that's not really how dark works. Dark is just when our side of the world turns away from the sun for a while. It always turns back. That part I actually do know. That part isn't scary.
Exactly. Nothing is scary. Watch how not scared I am as we walk up to the giant, black, silent, enormous. Wow, it's bigger up close. I am marching. Look at me, marching. Marching is happening.
I am also marching. My marching is very brave. A little wobbly, but brave wobbly. That's a kind of marching.
I'm not marching. I'm very slowly considering turning around. That's a kind of marching too. A backwards one.
And then they were there, right at the great dark doorway of the big old barn. The inside black as a folded wing, the boards creaking soft as the cool came in. And all three little frogs stopped, and the bravado just ran out.
Okay, so we are here. We should just go in. In a second. I'm doing it in a second. Any second now is when I do it.
And also, I have run out of barn facts. That has never happened to me before. Splish, my feet won't hop.
And there they sat, three little frogs in a row on the cold step, no loud words left to hide behind. And in the quiet, the smallest of them, Splish, said the thing he'd carried the whole way.
I'm scared. I've been scared the whole time. The whole way here. I just kept being loud so nobody would know. I thought if I was loud enough, the scared would go away. But it didn't.
Splish. Me too. I was so scared, I yelled about my enormous courage, so you wouldn't see I had the small kind. I'm sorry I told you to never ask for help. I think I needed it most of all.
I don't have a fact for this one. I'm just going to sit right here next to you. Real close. Both of you. We can be scared together. That's allowed.
You know what? It's a little better already, just saying it out loud, and not being the only one holding it. Maybe scared isn't the opposite of brave. Maybe you can be both at once.
Now I'd followed a little way behind, and I settled in the cool grass by the door and asked them one quiet thing. Little ones, you're scared, and you came all this way anyhow. So tell me, what do you suppose you do with the scared when you still have a brave thing to go and do?
I think you don't pretend it away. You say it, I'm scared, out loud, to a friend. And you remember God's right here with you, even in the dark, even when you're small. And then you do the brave little thing anyway. Not because the scared is gone, because you don't have to do it alone.
Okay. Then let's do it the real brave way. Not the loud way. All three. On three. 1, 2, together.
And they hopped into the big dark barn, together. And what did they find?
Oh, it's just warm old wood. Breathing a little. The way old wood does. There's nothing scary in here at all.
And also, there's a cricket. A real one, singing. That cricket is really good. And look, the moon does a little stripe thing through the wall. This is now my favourite room. I have so many new facts. All of them true this time.
And there it is. The moon's lighting up a little flat gray stone, right where Rex left it. We found it! We were scared, and we did it anyway. And the dark turned out to be a nice sky. Wait, that means the brave part wasn't being not scared. The brave part was the going.
Well, back at the pond, stone safe and the stars coming out, I asked the frogs what they'd learned. Splish said it best.
I learned that being brave isn't not being scared. You're allowed to be scared. Brave is when you say it out loud, and you trust God's right there with you, and you go and do the thing anyway. And the best part? You don't have to do it by yourself. We were scared together, and together, we weren't too small at all.
And I got my stone back. But you know what? The stone's not even my favorite thing anymore. You three are. You were scared of that big dark barn, and God was right there with you, and you went in. For me. That's the bravest little thing I ever saw.
And you found it your own selves. Scared and brave, all at once, and never once alone.
Turns out our courage was enormous. It was just the quiet kind.
Now, long ago, a young man named David, who became a king, was truly afraid one night. So he wrote a song about it, and that song is in the Bible, in a book of songs called the Psalms. This one is Psalm 56, verse 3. It goes like this. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. That means, little ones, when you're afraid, you don't have to pretend you're not. You can say it, trust God is right there with you, and do the brave little thing anyway. Splish, you tell the rest.
Okay, so when something feels too big and your insides go trembly, you can say it. I'm scared. That's allowed. You can remember you're not facing it alone. You can do the brave little thing anyway. And you don't have to do it by yourself. You can do it with a friend. That's the brave small thing. And honestly, it's the best thing we learned all day.
And now, Professor Hoot's totally true facts. The most certain owl at the creek shares a fact.
Good evening. A fact, children, entirely true. And tied to all that small bravery our young friends showed today. There is a little seabird called the Arctic tern. It weighs about as much as a small apple, and its wings, tip to tip, are only about as wide as your arms held open. And yet every single year this tiny bird makes the longest journey of any creature on the whole earth, all the way from the very top of the world to the very bottom, and then all the way home again. To migrate, that simply means to travel a long, long way to where the weather is kinder, and then come back. Now, no one can say whether the little tern feels afraid out over all that wide-open water, but every year it goes anyway. Small body, enormous, brave going. A fact, established beyond dispute. Good evening.
A fine fact, Professor, and a true one. You bring the wonder, I'll keep the why.
Next time something's big and dark and scary, we say it out loud. And we go together.
Bravest little frogs in the whole creek.
So this is old timber. Until the next breeze brings us together, my friends. And little ones, when a thing feels too big, you don't have to be unscared. You just have to say it and go with a friend.
See you next time, somewhere in Shiloh Creek.